What's up YouTube, Clean Cuts the One back with another video, and in this video we're going to be reviewing a clipper that I've got a whole lot to say about it. I've been using it for the last week, and this week it is the JRL 2020C. This is the first edition. Let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about this clipper is we're going to start with the box like we always do. So let's run down the list of everything that it says we've got going on. Cool blade technology, lithium ion battery, advanced lever locking feature, high grade stainless steel, 7,200 revolutions per minute, and quiet motor. It comes with a screwdriver, cleaning brush, lubricating oil, high grade plastic, charging adapter, blade adjustment tools, and protector. You notice that it does not say that it comes with a charging stand. So that's one thing I would have liked to see included in it. It didn't come with it. So starting with this box, getting into this box to get your new tool is like breaking into Fort Knox. I don't know if they were going for like the Apple thing, but it's like first you got to take this thing off, then you got to take the airtight this thing off, and then once I got into this, there's another one of these plastic protector things on top of it, so you pulled that off, and then once you got into that, you were able to pull your clipper off. So again, in the box, you've got the guards, you've got lubricating oil, you got like a Home Depot type screwdriver. This thing looks pretty legit. You could probably use that to fix stuff at the house. This was a first. JRL has included their own blade setter. I will go ahead and tell you that I did set my blade, and when I set my blade, I did not find a need for this. It kind of sets just like a wall senior does, and I was cool doing it like that. I'm going to try to use the blade setter in a little bit and see how that goes. This is the JRL 2020C clipper. You will notice that this looks a whole lot like the bevel trimmer, and that was a big controversy when this came out. I remember when this was dropped, I guess it was, I don't know, 6-8 months ago. I'm kind of behind on my reviews, as you guys know. But when this was dropped, there was a huge controversy about, hey, why are you guys copying the bevel design? And the industry just didn't like people being copied. You put all that work into something just to see something basically duplicated. I don't know what the story is on that, why this ended up looking like that, but I do remember that was a pretty big deal. And I remember it turned me off about this clipper, just that all by itself. When people work hard to try to create something and then somebody else duplicates it or replicates it and then releases it publicly. I don't know, it's just kind of not how we want to do things, but again, maybe JRL has a story behind that. Maybe there's a reason why it was okay to do that. If so, I have not heard the update on that story. But let's talk about this clipper and how it worked. When I first used this clipper, I was actually right in the middle of trying out my Gamma X Ergos, and so I was really enjoying having new clippers. When these came in, I set the blade just like you do on a Wall Senior. It's a very similar blade. It's not the same blade, but it is similar. And when I began to cut with these, I was like, wow, what have I been missing? What have I done to myself by not staying up to date and by keeping up with all the things that are available? These things function. I don't really care about the form and the shape. These things work. When I was cutting, I noticed that, these open all the way up to a little bit bigger than a half, almost a 1. The throw is just a little bit extended on it. I believe it's a little bit more than a 3mm throw. And when I began to clear bulk with no guard open, the first cut that I did was a shadow fade with temple tapers and a bald neck. And when I first opened this up and I began to clear bulk with my 1.5, and then I came down to the no guard and began to put my first guideline, and I was like, wow, these things just erased the hair. I mean, there was no resistance. But where this thing really shined, when I locked this thing to the bald and I began to start pulling out bald lines, I was like, whoa, what is happening here? There is no effort. I'm not even trying, and this thing is coming out. So after using the wall system of closed, middle, and open to do my fades with, I decided that I was going to use and be very intentional about the levers. I decided I was going to be very intentional about using the levers. And so as I'm doing my fade, I close it all the way down and I take out the bottom line. Removed. One click, raise it up a little more, removed. Third click. Barbers say that they can cut with anything and it's not the tools. My haircuts got better. My blends got better when I started using this clipper. And I really don't like to admit that. It's kind of like, man, I want to think that, you know, my blends and my fading is all on me. But it's about the tools. The tools matter. This blade has not gotten hot. I try to customize all of my stuff to make it the best that it can be. So I've got the PDRs and the SPX blades on my clippers. I keep the ceramic cutters on most everything I had. And so I ordered some ceramic cutters because I noticed this functioned like a wall senior. So I ordered some ceramic cutters for my wall seniors. I intended to put a ceramic cutter on this one, but once I got it open, I found out that it did not fit. The holes on the inside of this ceramic cutter were much different to where you literally can't use wall cutters on this. You have to have a JRL specific cutter in order to replace it. But when I took off the steel blade to replace with a ceramic cutter, I did notice that the cutter on the JRL 2020C is much thinner than normal. It's lighter than what I'm used to. And so they made their own set of improvements, which is probably why it functions so well. If I'm honest with you, I am probably going to find a JRL specific ceramic cutter because there's something about just having a ceramic blade that I like. But in the meantime, to be honest with you, that's just a preference thing because I have zero issues whatsoever with the cutter that this clipper came from. I do like that it has 2 speeds. You can use the fast speed for, you know, regular everyday cutting, and then you can use that low speed for the people who have the thinner hair textures or hair textures with less density. I think that's a great thing. When you turn it on, it's got a light that you can see. I think that looks pretty cool, and it shows you the run time. You can see this says 4 hours of run time, and I haven't had this thing go dead on me yet. Granted, I use this probably about 75% of the time right now because I'm still going back and forth between different clippers and different cutters and different tools that I've got coming in. The JRL 2020C, all right, I'm going to say this, and this is kind of a hard one to say. Let me give you a little backstory. Anthony Arinavar, one of the barbers in our shop, he was the first one to have the JRL 2020C. Almost, I mean, he got the first release. He's got the engraved initials. When they first released this, you had the option to get your initials on them or to get your name on them, and he was one of those. And so he got it, and he'd been rocking with JRL for a really long time. Then we have another barber in our shop named Alex Wade. You might know him from Whitechapel. You can follow Anthony on Instagram. You can follow Alex on Instagram. He's Alex Chapel. He is the guitarist for Whitechapel. Fun fact. But when I saw that he went from wall seniors, because he was a wall senior guy like myself for the most part, and when I saw him switch, I paid attention, but I'm thinking, man, it's not for me. They found a niche that they like doing. They found a personal preference that is unique to them. But I didn't think that their personal preferences were going to be my personal preferences. After getting this clipper, I'm not done buying clippers and reviewing clippers, but this one gets the heaviest rotation out of every clipper in my lineup. This thing is getting play. This thing is good with clipper over comb. It's very smooth. It's very powerful. Fading, there's not a lot that I can't do with this clipper. It clears bulk very easily. I'm spending a whole lot of my time with the JRL 2020C. I don't have a lot of complaints about this clipper. I wish that they would have included a charging stand. I'm really liking the charging stands that people are putting out. I'm excited that Babyless is coming out with a charging stand. With regards to the guard, yes, Tyler, you said, oh, you needed to try out the Gamma guards. Why don't you try out the JRL guards? Yeah, you're probably right. I'm just going to be honest with you. I haven't done it yet. But when I look at these guards and I look at the wall guards, I can tell that they're similar enough. The material feels the same. The shape feels the same. This does work with the wall guards. It also works with the Babyless guards. It's pretty much a wall size blade. So you know how that works. Things are pretty much interchangeable. Should I have used the JRL guards? Probably, but I haven't because I am stuck on my Babyless guards. I preferred the wall premium guards before, but then the Babyless guards came with my Babyless clippers, and I've just been stuck on those. Those are a very underrated clipper guard. So yeah, I should probably be using these so that way I can give you guys a full review on the guards, but I don't know. I just don't have any interest in updating the guards that I have that work well. I am glad that they fit on this. So anyways, guys, having said that, the JRL Fresh Fade 2020C. It's a must-have. If you're looking for a clipper at the $159 price point, which is where I got these from, I found them from Joe Blow Barber Supply. I basically looked online. They were kind of hard to find, actually. I had to dig a little bit deeper than I wanted to, but for $159, these are very much worth it, and I would actually go and say I highly recommend. There's some other clippers that I'm still using. I don't know if I could recommend them to everyone because I'm still getting used to them. There's some other clippers that have different technology in them, and so I don't know if they're for everyone. These are literally for everyone. Everybody needs a pair of the Fresh Fade 2020Cs because these things are amazing. These things have made my haircuts come out better. My blends are looking better. I'm having less trouble getting the bald line out. And so it doesn't matter if you're a student barber or if you're a vet, you definitely need to have these in your collection. I personally am going to end up buying another pair because I like to have multiples, even though I don't need one. The runtime is 4 hours. The only reason for having multiples is so that way you can switch back when one goes dead. I'm still getting one anyway. I need 2 of these in the lineup. Maybe I'll go with the gold one. I'm gonna check out Shannon Craft's review on the gold one, see what he says about them. Check out my boy Shannon Craft if you're not already subscribed to his YouTube. That dude, talk about blends and fades, man. He's the guy. Hope you found this review helpful. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe because we've got plenty more barber content coming. If you've been rocking with us for a minute, I want to say thank you guys so much for sticking with us. We're loving putting out more content. Go ahead and hit that bell so that way you get notifications, because a lot of times I know you guys don't know when I'm dropping new videos and you're like, dang, I didn't know you were back dropping videos. But yeah, I'm back dropping videos. So stay tuned. I'm not done. I've got a whole lot more to come. Hope you're enjoying the new direction of the channel. And that's a wrap for this one. Till next time,